Oh, Miami, baby, no. SMU knocks off number 10 Miami for the program's first home win against an AP top 10 team since 1974. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Did Miami get Cristobal? Because if it feels like Miami got Cristobal. Because if you're looking at this Miami team and you're looking at how it is made up, you see the talent it has, right? You've got Carson Beck, who I still think is one of the 6-7 best quarterbacks in college football. You've got one of the best playmakers in all of college football in Malachi Toney, who I would put in the same conversation as a guy like Jeremiah Smith, as a guy like Carnell Tate, as a guy like Ryan Niblett at Texas. You've got a guy that can change the ball game for you anytime. You've got a great tailback in Malachi Fields. You're developing a great secondary, but you've got what looked like an NFC East defensive line, and yet and still you've got losses to Louisville, and now what used to be G6 and has shown up to your conference and stolen your cookies, even as you are Big East transplant, Southern Methodist. All right, I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, which means that Dallas is right around there. You know what I mean? Like it's a 45-minute flight or 3 hours in the car. One of the things that ain't going to happen, you're not supposed to lose to no North Texas, although they just seem to wallop Navy to get to 7-1. And you're not supposed to lose to no Southern Methodist, and you're not supposed to lose to no Texas Christian. All right? Private schools should not be winning. I should say, I was almost going to say to another state school. That point doesn't even make any sense because Miami's private school. Never mind. They beating up on each other. Same is Miami's top 10 team. Miami was expected to make the ACC championship game, and now it looks like they are all the way out of this thing because Georgia Tech is still undefeated. Louisville has beaten you. Virginia is in a good spot. Pitt is in a good spot. Miami might finish behind Pitt and Georgia Tech, y'all. And Virginia. Sometimes coaching matters. Sometimes the X's and O's part matters. Who doesn't care? Who cares about if you wouldn't understand it's a you thing? You used to be the you. Whatever this is, Miami fans of a certain age, this don't look nothing like Uncle Luke's crew. Don't look nothing like Jimmy Johnson's crew. Hell, this don't look nothing like Dennis Erickson's crew. Anything like Larry Coker's crew. Anything like Butch Davis's crew. Like, that's the thing here, man. I get it. You thought you had one of your own back in there. And maybe you do. Maybe you did. Yeah, man, you do, right? But now it's, as you've seen LSU fire its head coach, Penn State fire its head coach. I mean, Oklahoma State fire its head coach. Florida fire its head coach. It ain't like you get to just move on from Mario Cristobal because, again, who you going to get that's better? And Shannon Dawson, who's been doing a great job, I think, calling the offense, still got Carson Beck at the controls and not Cam Ward at the controls. And Corey Heatherton has been decent to good, right? I think that's worth pointing out. But if you are a Miami fan, you've seen this, you're going to have to deal with everybody else coming for your head now. The worst part about losing a game like this, if you are Miami, or like is feeling like I did or others did when Oklahoma as a top 10 team lost to unranked in Texas, and feeling like you should have won that game or feeling like you were never in that game. Feeling like you were never in that game is more OU Texas this year. Feeling like you should have won that game, that's this SMU game today. And also the first time that Miami got to lead the state of Florida to go play a football game, they take an L. Maybe the sauce is to just make them leave the state of Florida more often, for which I think they might, given what the ACC has become in coast to coast. You got Stanford and Cal in a conference with Wake Forest and Clemson, who also, took an L to Duke today. Yo, hey, I dare Clemson to move off of Dabo Swinney. I dare you. I double dog dare you. That man will be the first dude swapped up at Florida or Clemson. Let me see, Florida or LSU. Right? Like the LSU job looking real Dabo Swinney-esque right now. If Clemson decides they want to move on from this man, but I don't think they want to do that. I don't think that's what they want. However, if you are a Miami fan, who else do you want to go get? Like that's what it is right now. You want Ed Reed? You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Bet. Go get Ed Reed. I think that is still a great job. I also think that it is really difficult to figure out how to make Mario Cristobal into a better coach, because that's the one thing we don't actually talk about when we talk about head coaches. We talk about developing players. We talk about developing players all the time. We even talk about developing assistant coaches into play callers, into head coaches. No, we don't talk about the continued needed development of head coaches. One of those things is you can either add someone to the staff that is good at all the things that you're not, like, I don't know, calling timeouts. I mean, Lincoln Riley did that with Shane Beamer. That was what the assistant head coach is basically doing over there. It was, yeah, dog, I need you to say to me, get in my ear, say timeout right here, coach. We need to take timeout. Or, to see when on film, something you're not actually able to see. But that's also what a CEO coach is supposed to do. You're supposed to see the whole game, the whole field. You don't have your head down in a play card the way that Lincoln Riley might, right? The way that other guys who like to call plays might. That's what makes them CEO head coaches. But I also look at this and I go, maybe it's as much as continuing education. Like I often wonder this, how many head coaches go to clinics now as opposed to put clinics on? How many of them talk to each other about situational awareness of their job and what they're supposed to be doing? About why the analytic conversation is one they need to be having amongst themselves and not one that just needs to be met with derision. If you're on your plus 45 and you got 4th and 6, should you be punting or going? Why? And they're all going to go gut. They're all going to go, how's the offense plan? How's the defense plan? What are my playmakers doing? What are my options? You can do all of that. But also, if you're in 4-minute with down 3 scores, should you be in 2-minute down 3 scores? Like, I honestly have to ask these questions because they all go to the coaches' conventions and they all sit through them as much as I know. But like when you go to individual clinics, are they picking up what newness is putting down? Or are they able to learn from some old masters? Because the old masters are retired or they're in television. Can you go up to Nick Saban and go, yo, dog, put me through a head coaching clinic, whatever that is over coffee, whatever it is y'all be doing. Because I think that really Miami's always going to be able to recruit. And that's one thing I can say really that Mario Cristobal does really well. He recruits and he evaluates well. But when it comes to putting these teams down on the football field and trying to make something look really good all the way to the end, we're talking about a team that falters in the second half. Same dude that could go to Ohio State and win with Oregon is the same dude that has lost to Louisville and Southern Methodist in a year where they were ranked as high as number 2 in the country. Make it make sense.